Hello witches. Before I go to bed, I've been doing some reading, and I'm reading over a book that I already read. It's kind of like a study guide for tarot. It's called The Mystical Tarot, Step-by-Step Guide to Tarot, Ancient and Mysterious Symbolism by Rosemary Ellen Guiley. It's kind of a thick read compared to most of the type of instructional books on tarot. It's like a big thick book. It does have specific meanings for each card in one of the sections, but it goes into a little bit more detail than most books do. Yeah. And there's also some instruction as to how to come up with your own, make your own spreads and things like that. And I usually read that and study in conjunction with this one, which is Kabbalistic Tarot by David Kraftchow. I don't know if I'm saying his name right. It's a very Jewish name. This is Hebraic wisdom in the major and minor arcana. So anyway, I thought I would share some information on the 12 astrological houses. Astrology is something that I have never really gotten very deep into, but I'm trying to learn because it's important in spell work. Knowing which planetary influences you're working with, what days of the week they're associated with, and also with the moon cycles and the alignments, to find out, where the best influence for your intentions are going to be. So I thought I would share the 12 houses with you. Okay, so the first house is Aries, and that house rules personality, outward appearances, interests, and attitudes. The second house is Taurus. This has to do with money matters, your financial situation, and your material possessions. The third house is Gemini. This controls things to do with communication, relationships with brothers, sisters, family members, travel. The fourth house is Cancer. This has to do with birth and death, home life, and particularly mother and father. Okay, so third house is relationships with brothers and sisters. Fourth house is relationship with mother and father. Fifth house is Leo. That has to do with love, children, and creativity. Sixth house is Virgo, and that's health and service. The seventh house is Libra. That has to do with relationships, partnerships, contracts, and agreements. The eighth house is Scorpio. It has to do with outside influences, death, and inheritance. The ninth house is Sagittarius. This has to do with search for the truth, long journeys, dreams, and spiritual growth. The 10th house is Capricorn, and it has to do with career, profession, and ambition. My eyes are starting to go. When I get especially tired, my eyes, I can't read as well. I really do need to get glasses very badly, but I haven't gotten an eye exam yet. The 11th house is Aquarius, which is my sign. And it has to do with friends, associations, hopes, and fears. And last but not least is the 12th house, which is Pisces. And Pisces has to do with the unconscious mind, self-undoing, karma, and limitations. I think that's an interesting one. So the reason that those were listed in here in the section that I'm reading right now is that if you choose to do so, you can do a what do you call it, like a tarot spread with the 12 houses. You shuffle and then you set them up in a circle. You have to decide where you're going to make it begin and end, because obviously the numbering is very important. So you would, lay them down in order 1 through 12, and for the purpose of tarot, it says number 1 is your personality potential, number 2 would be your finances, 3, siblings, communication, mental activity, and short-term travel. 4 would be home and family, the end of your life, and your father. 5 would be romance, emotions, children, and creativity. 6 is health, work, and service. 7, marriage and partnerships. 8 is the occult, anything to do with the occult, external influences, and inheritance. 9 is our spiritual growth, dreams and ideals, and long journeys. 10 is career, profession, ambitions, honor, public life, and mother. 11 is hopes and fears, friends, and associations. And 12 is karma, limitations, and your unconscious mind. So if you really want to do like an in-depth study or in-depth tarot reading on yourself as a whole, I think that's a really good spread to use. It tells you a lot. I like how it has a specific spot for each specific family member, like mother, father, siblings, and all of that. I think that would be a really good spread to do. I'm probably going to do it, and I may or may not share it in a video. But yeah, so those are some good books if you guys are interested in reading more in depth on tarot. I like the Kabbalistic tarot view, but that's just me. Okay guys, have a wonderful night. Blessed be.